So this is just another quick video in the ongoing saga of the problems with this Sonic Mini 4K. Phrozen got back to me and told me to use default settings, factory settings, with inside a Chi2 box for the resin. Mind you that their so-called factory settings did not match the settings that came originally with my Chi2 box, which I will be showing them. This is just a basic thermometer because my vat heats up during printing, significantly even. And so what we're going to do here is get a reading on the resin. So we are 75 degrees Fahrenheit prior to printing, and I'm going to run a print now, and we're going to then take a temperature during the print and after. Now, of course, this is what they said the factory settings in Chi2 box were, and they want me to print using that. Now, mind you, what really interesting to me is they want a really high lift speed, which is a lot higher than I've seen work. So here is my Chi2 box. And there's my print settings. All right, you can see how much lower I've got it set to. So, if we want to see what their default was, there we go. Interesting. So this is what Chi2 box defines as the default, at least in the version I got. And you can see that mine, of course, doesn't match theirs. So here's for wondering. All right, so here we are about, I don't know if you can see that. We are 46 minutes in, and we've gone up 10 degrees. Let's see if I can't get a clear line on the... There we go. So 88, 87, somewhere in between there. And you know, the air blowing out, I guess it's hotter than it feels. Let's get the focus on that. Focus. There we go. Huh, that's odd. Detects 90. There we go. It's detecting 90 on the side of the case here. Now, mind you, of course, this is infrared, so it's not always accurate depending on the surface. I don't know where we were detecting the 90 before, but... Huh. Yeah. Build plate's pretty cool. I get the build plate's about 87, 86. I can feel the warmth. 88 degrees there on the aluminum at the top. Alright, so that's at 23% of the print job done. Let's see where we're at right there. I'm going to actually pause it, and we're going to take a look at the... sorry for the shaky and zoomy cam here. Let's pause it and take a look and see how it's printed. This was done with Phrozen's own stock settings. Sorry for that in the background. Some of you spacemen might know Space Station 13. And I don't know about you, but I can get this to focus. Focus. I don't know, looks pretty good to me. Yeah, maybe there's something to be said to their extra light off delay. I don't know. I'm going to keep trying, keep working. I'll finish doing the recording when it's finished, as well as the temperatures. Okay, here we are again. We're now at shaky camera. 63%. And I noticed that we actually had a hot spot here on the aluminum top. Let me just get the thermometer here going. And again, it's still not the most accurate thing in the universe. Alright, you see the aluminum top here has gotten to 91. and our we're up now to, yeah, so there you go, 90 degrees, 91. All right, so let's see how long we've been in here. So about 2 hours in, and the vat temperature is up to 91 degrees. However, the print is still going successfully. So take that for maybe the vat temperature isn't as critical. You know, I figured that with the temperature going up might have been causing problems with the resin, or maybe even Z accuracy or whatever, but don't know. We're just gonna... All right. So here we are, further in. Okay, 3 hours in, and if I can actually get it pointed, so the infrared sensor is looking at the... Here it is. So that's pointing at the resin. There you go. 100 to 101 degrees for that resin. Okay, here we are again. The printer is now completed, so the temperature should be returning to normal. Let's put this into constant thermal mode. There we go, you can see that. So the vat's still pretty warm. It's going to take a while to cool down. I mean, it was all the way up to 100. Let's see what the... yeah, it's about 88, 87.9 for the temperature of the resin. Mind you, the temperature really isn't even across the board. I mean, the build plate has always stays a bit cool here. Let's see. Yeah, just give you an idea here. Ambient temperature in the room is currently about 74. So this is all thermal loading from operations. And the fan stays on and it blows. It's back here. But I watched a couple of videos of someone who had a newer printer that he got, and his fan sounded overdriven comparative to mine. You know, the decibel volume was so much higher that my only conclusion with this is that his fan is being overdriven RPM-wise to try to push more temperature out of the system. But anyways, so this is just part of that my ongoing documentation of this printer. The prints 2 out of the 3 printed correctly. And the middle one there's a little warpy, with a lot fewer supports than before. Let me show you that. You guys see that? That's a lot fewer supports. And look at that. Only one decided to have problems. Sorry for the blur. There you go. I'll get those out and cleaned up and video of them for you. Okay, so we got them off of the build plate. Here they are. These are the results of the test. The only one that failed was the middle one. Had quite a few supports, more than the others. You can still see it failed. As far as build lines go, of layer lines, you can still see it's what I would consider excessive. You can see them here. And those aren't alias lines. There are alias lines. They're probably easiest to see here on the back. Alright, so those are the deep ones. And so that's there, and there, and there. And that's normal. You can never get rid of those. And you can never completely get rid of layer lines. You can kind of hear the lines. It's not that bad. Far better than it was before. This is the Phrozen Aqua Gray 4K. It's different than the other batch I was using because I ran out and I didn't want to buy any more of the ABS, this being the ABS here. You can see how bad they used to print. So something to be said for Phrozen's settings. I don't know where they got them from, but they appear to work. Dimensionally, it's hard to see, but they're a lot better. Slight smile on the bottom, but not that bad, especially compared to what it used to be. I can probably solve that with a little more work. You can see a bit of kind of a turn up there. It's not bad. Anyways, I'm going to put a card here on these showing the temperatures that were measured, beginning, middle, and end. And I'm going to continue my communications with Phrozen and see where we can go from here. See if we can't solve these layer lines a little bit better. I mean, they're pretty good, but this is a 4K printer, and I really don't feel that this kind of inaccuracy should be so readily apparent.